So, welcome back to another episode of Telling the Truth with Tanya Tuesday. So, some of you may know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And y'all, we're going to talk about all month the importance of our mental health, especially in the community that I came from, the Black community, the Black and Brown community. And essentially, what's really important to me, and I think a lot of you all know, is like how this really is affecting our youth, our young adults, and our student athletes, because there's been an uptick in the communities as it relates to the young adults and our youth acting out because of their mental health is out of order. So we're going to talk about some of those things. We're going to dispel some of these myths. We're going to talk about the importance this month of us just creating mental healthy habits. Okay. We're going to just tell the truth, y'all. None of that, oh, if it's said in my house, it stay in my house. That's plaguing our communities. And a lot of our kids who become adults aren't able to express themselves, and we have to do something about it. So I'm gonna stop right there because y'all, I go on and on and on now. Okay, so today I have a special guest. Okay, and I have an expert on, and Mr. Craig Jorden Jr. is a psychiatric mental health care nurse practitioner. He has his own practice. Black man with his own practice, focusing on mental health. Okay. Now, the name of his practice is Recovery from Society. And y'all, he has a slogan that, listen, as soon as he told me about the slogan, it gave me chills. And we're going to ask him a little bit more about the slogan and the meaning in just a moment. So welcome, Mr. Craig Jorden Jr.
Hello, how you doing? Nice for having. Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Like, I'm so excited for you to be on here.
Thank you for your support. You've been supporting me since day one. Like, I really appreciate the support and the feedback and giving me some guidance on some things.
Yes.
But I definitely agree with you. We definitely got to break the stigma with mental health, especially within ourselves, how we were raised, and starting with our youth as well too, so they can have a more productive, life and have some vision and some focus on what they're doing and find within themselves what their objective is in life.
Right. So the first thing I want you to share is the name of your slogan for your practice and why you came up with that slogan, because like I said, it gave me chills when you told me about it.
Gotcha. So I was honestly, the biggest thing that I guess where it came from, my slogan is crazy is dismissive. So it's like the slogan that you will have, like Walmart has a slogan, I'm loving it. Burger King has one. Everyone has a slogan. Like every company, every brand has a slogan. So my slogan is crazy is dismissive, which is to help break the stigma with mental health. Every time I do it myself, or at least did it occasionally, but you speaking to someone and you see, let's say, someone on the side of the road or someone homeless or someone that's actually having a manic episode or very depressed, we always like label them as crazy.
Yes.
Without what's really going on with that person. So the reason I came up with crazy is dismissive was to stop and break the stigma with calling someone crazy and associating them as just really pretty much writing them off, dismissing their feelings and what they're going through. I wanted everyone to kind of take a moment to realize that everyone has a moment in life and that we may be experiencing it in different ways because how we cope with certain things. But just don't call anyone crazy when you see someone that's either isolating or that's manic, that hasn't really just acting strange, acting different. I won't say strange, but acting different. Something is out of character for that person.
Right.
Crazy, don't write them off.
Listen, let me tell you what the effect it has had on me. Now, when I see something or I say something, like I'll be like, oh, she just acting crazy today. I'll catch cousin, I'll catch myself and say, so by the way, Craig is my cousin. I don't think I said
Yeah.
that. So this family, y'all, this is family. And I was so moved that like, he's already impacted me, because I'll check myself and I'll catch myself and say, you know what? They ain't crazy. They just they're out of character. And maybe they just having a moment. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, something happened that triggered them that they weren't able to speak about at some point in their life. And it's making them it's making them respond in a way that we would typically say, oh, they crazy.
Yeah. That's like a number one thing. Like, it's something that we don't understand, something that we see, or something that is out of the ordinary for that individual person. It's like, man, crazy. Like, I ain't got time to deal with that. Move on, do my thing. Like, that's not my issue, not my concern. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Of course, you gotta stay in your lane, but at the same time, it takes all of a few minutes to ask someone, are they okay? Like, what's going on? What you need to talk to someone, because really, it's like that therapeutic like touch or communication. People just want to just talk to, because we need it.
Right. And that's what's missing. Like, if you've driven by any school, and then you see it a lot on TV now, it's all be kind. That's the big slogan and the big movement for everyone to be kind. Even when I was hosting the Black History Celebration of the Soul breakfast in Waimama, one of the speakers talked about or started the slogan kind, or I think he or she said that they read somewhere that kindness was the new cool. And it is like, right, it is, right? Kindness like really is the new cool. And how hard is it to be kind to someone and show compassion, right? Because we are lacking that compassion bone so much. And we got to build that compassion bone and practice being kind again.
Yeah, I think it's society is more accepting to mental health and certain things that is surrounded with mental health. Before was like a stigma. We don't talk about it, especially in our community. We don't, to be honest, as a kid or even a young adult, I didn't really know what anxiety or depression was, because I was to even say anything that was going on with me, it was like, go pray about it. And I believe in wrong, but it's certain things you have to seek additional support from, additional help from. So you can pray to God, but also seek therapy. Also, if you need medication, I can prescribe medication, which is my role in what I do, but I don't, if you don't need it, you don't have to. I always suggest with the therapy and then medication if you need it, but you can pray. It's a combination of things to get yourself well-rounded, not just prayer alone, because prayer fixes things. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, whatever the case may be, but it's just a combination of things we may need to have that well-rounded perspective of life.
Well, cousin, so we on Telling the Truth with Tanya. And one thing about me is we're going to keep it real, and we just going to tell the truth, because the more that we begin to learn for ourselves academically, as well as we experience ourselves, we grow to understand that there was not a one solution. It wasn't a one solution problem sometimes. So just like you, I'm an advocate in prayer. But let me tell y'all something. Like, what he's saying is, listen, because that's one of the things that keeps us from breaking through our mental issues in our communities. It's the mere fact that it's dismissive, like what he's crazy is dismissive, but also thinking there's only one solution, I feel is dismissive as well. Because you need to pray, but that same God we pray to is the same God that gave somebody else a gift to help heal you from the trauma that you don't want to talk about.
That's a good way to. I like how you put it.
Like, that's and to be honest, that's how it had to be revealed to me. Because I remember when I realized that when we talk about anxiety, just like you, cousin, like, I have been dealing with anxiety for maybe longer than I knew I was, until the rubber band popped. And I would start to be plagued plagued with debilitating migraines and fatigue. And it's like, if I would have done my work, had some conversations and reached out to talk about how I was feeling and my thoughts and the things that happened, oh my goodness, I probably would have nipped it in the bud. So I'm with you. That's one of the things that I love, is that you want to take pretty much a multifaceted approach. Some people, it's at a place where you may need medication. Some, okay, we just need to create some mental healthy habits. Right. So, and then listen, I believe prayer changes things. So it's a combination.
Right. Yeah, it's so many different, when me going to school and learning so much about mental health, it's certain things that we live with that I was living with, like you were saying, as a kid, as a young adult, as a adult now. Mm-hmm. I didn't really believe in, because I wasn't taught that I should be entertaining. But it's so much. It's like, man, I don't even know where to start to get people to think about what could be, I would say, going on with them, but just to take a step back of what they're going through and how to realize what can I do to change it, and who can I about it. It's always, people always, like you said in the beginning, we're going to keep this in the same household. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to get a secret. That build up, that trauma that you're carrying is going to mess up your sleep. It's going to mess you anxious. It's going to make you guarded with a lot of things. It's going to make you impulsive. It's going to make you snap at people, because you have built up that you're trying to get out, but no one understands what's going on with you, because you haven't had that time to, open up to anyone. So definitely therapy. I think we all need therapy. I need therapy. I seek therapy as well too, because I carry a lot. But I'm a big advocate of therapy. It's okay to talk to your friends and your family, but there's certain things you need to have a professional opinion on, because a family or a friend may give you slanted information that's not professional. So it's always good to seek therapy.
Yes. Listen, you heard the old adage, misery loves company. Yeah. How is somebody who's in misery because they didn't seek help and heal from their hurt and their trauma? How is that? They may love you to pieces, but how are they going to give you help that's going to help you with your situation when they're still hurting? I'm truly an advocate. Like I recently, just this year, started to do the work on my healing and trust God journey, because I'm on a healing and trust God journey, and I've been on it since 2016.
Right, that's good. See,
so it's everything.
Your family. This is what I did. This is what's working for me, and this is how I changed my perspective on life. So, yeah, like you said, misery loves company, and sometimes we may tell a friend or a family member what's going on, but they may not have our best interest, or they may be telling you something to direct your focus to benefit them. So it's not like it's not an unbiased opinion at most times. It's like, it's the information that can be given to you could be, it's not for you, but we don't know that because we're just so confused. We're in that state of, we need help. We need to talk to somebody. That we talk to anybody, we get information and opinions from people that we really shouldn't be getting opinions from.
Right. And that's part of, like, on so many levels, that's part of why I am learning and why I started to seek guidance from above, to learn more about, okay, what is it that I need to do that's going to help me for the long term?
Right.
And I would be remiss if I don't even plug myself. When I wrote this journal, Mindset Moves Mountains, a writing detox for migraine sufferers and overthinkers. When I wrote this, the reason I wrote this is out of literally the blueprint for this came out of a dire prayer, saying, God, I need help. I need solutions. And he sent me on a personal writing detox to get all those thoughts out of my head that I was keeping in my head, and all that that was causing the anxiety. And I did this for myself. And then he gave me the blueprint for this in the middle of a migraine, and said I was going to this was going to be my first book. And my first book wasn't supposed to be these journals that I produced. It was something else that I had in mind. So it's like, for real, we can love and appreciate those who want to help us. But a lot of times we got to go talk to that expert so that we don't become the roots who are looking at the fruits of the tree and saying, what's wrong with our kids?
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. Here lately, honestly, I don't really, when it comes to friends and family, I don't really voice my opinions on certain things. I don't say voice my opinion. I don't take what they say into consideration with, I guess, with a grain of salt, because I have to be aware of that unconscious bias of what they may be trying to tell me to kind of persuade me to do what I should do to benefit them. So I've got to a point to where I'll listen to people, but I really don't really listen to people. I'll talk to my therapist about it. I don't talk to anyone else, about my friends or family, about my problems. Mm-hmm. I'll leave them to my therapist, because me telling them what's going on with me is not really going to benefit me or them. I'll save it all for my therapist.
That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning. And when I tell you the breakthroughs, I'll tell you what, okay, because, and this is for the people, we're going to just tell the truth is what we're going to do. For the people that feel like, oh, well, you just need to pray about it and just let God handle it. Well, I prayed about it, and God sent me to a therapist who, when I tell you the Holy Spirit done met me in that office several times, she's a Christian-based therapist. Right. And the Holy Spirit met, like, she literally had something else to do, but I saw her allow the Holy Spirit to take control of our session. And that you can't, there was no way, and no one, not even myself, who could have had that type of breakthrough for me. That was divine intervention. So we have to seek help, but we have to seek it from the right people. Right.
And like you said, your colleague, your friend, the one that you introduced me to, she has a Christian-based therapy office, and she's on combining therapy with also the beliefs, believing in God and praying and whatnot. So it's possible it's there. You just got to find the right resources that's going to fit towards your needs and what you may be seeking as an individual to get that support and get that feedback of what you need in life.
Yes. And that's who I'm talking about. That's my therapist. That's my group. That's where I go. And that's why I decided to, like, really get specific and get focused on what it means to get the real true healing and help that you're looking for. Like, that group is awesome. Right. That group is awesome. And I know there's a lot that's going to come forward. So I'm just appreciative to be in great company of experts like yourself. And it's exciting. I got a question. Okay. I'm going to get sidetracked, and I'm going to drop y'all in the comments. I'm going to drop the information, because I just had a brain freeze, so I can shout her out. But I'm going to see if I can get her on the podcast to share some things.
I appreciate for that.
Yes, she probably going to be like, "What? I was waiting." But one of the things, I want to go back to something you said earlier, and you talked about as far as how we address our mental health. Are there any specific creative, because you were like, listen, I can administer medication if the situation requires, but talk to me about, like, any creative solutions or any other solutions that you implement or are looking to implement in your practice.
So my biggest thing, before I went to school to become a nurse practitioner, I was a nurse. So my biggest thing is support at therapeutic care and building that rapport with my patient. Mm-hmm. So as far as what my role is if someone comes to me, I always advocate therapy. So I'll see them initially as a new patient, and I'll assess them. I'll go over what's going on with them. Let's say, for example, it can be insomnia. So I'll go over what their lifestyle is, what their work schedule is. Are they going to the gym at night, in the morning? Or how are they sleeping? How are they eating? So on and so forth. I'll create a plan for them, and I'll give them, I can start them on a medication if they would like to have a medication, or give them something light initially. And then we'll go to something, I would say more extreme, but more dual or suitable for that patient to, as far as increased meds or a change of medication for their patient. But let's say outside of medication management, if someone doesn't want to do medication management, I can also help someone with lifestyle modification techniques, with getting a better quality of sleep, with their eating habits and their sleeping schedule, work schedule, so on and so forth. Because insomnia causes depression, it can cause anxiety, you're not balanced at work. So just having one diagnosis is like a subcategory for additional diagnoses that may be lacking in certain things in your life too, as well too. So it's like, it's a gateway. One diagnosis to other diagnoses as well too. So I incorporate teaching to give them perspective of what needs to be done. And then I can incorporate giving them medication if need be as well too. And I also, every single time I talk to a patient, I don't do specific therapy sessions. I'll just give them lifestyle modification techniques, but I'll also refer them to a therapist. And I have your friend, if my patients want a Christian based therapist, or that someone that doesn't really mind having a Christian therapist or not, but I'll also refer them to a therapist, and I recommend therapy with medication management if need be.
It's, what's interesting, when it is a snowball effect, because one thing can lead to another. Like, for instance, let me just use myself for an example. The anxiety. When I started to experience more and more anxiety, it was the time that Tanya had salary goals that she was chasing. And so I'm running the salary. The chasing the salary goals led to sleepless nights, right? Some of it was the overthinking, but some of it is because I'm doing more, I'm studying more for these different licenses. But so that anxiety kicked up, and then here comes the extreme fatigue, the migraine. So it was a snowball. Definitely the sleepless nights turned into, I would go to sleep, but once I woke up, that's it. Going back to sleep is like, what? No.
Mind is racing. You can't even focus at that point, because you're going to think about what you need to get done the next day.
Exactly. And that's exactly where I was. That cycle was so unhealthy. Right. And we got to start creating healthy habits. And my biggest thing is, if you feel it, speak it. But if you can't speak it, write it. That's part of the journaling aspect. And it has to be, you when you're addressing one thing, trust me, you came from, like you said, you come from one thing, but there's some other things going on that you have to, and hopefully they will get addressed in the process.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of writing everything down, writing it down, reading it out, listening to it, writing it down again, reading it again, making sure you have that repetition, that mindset, to, if you have a goal, to stick with it and to be consistent with it, because if not, then you'll lose focus and you'll get distracted and you get discouraged. So make sure on your goal, write down all of your goals and what you want to accomplish, and write down your day-to-day lifestyle. What are you doing? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Who are you interacting with? How many hours of sleep are you getting? You have to go back to the drawing board to do the basics, to do a drastic lifestyle modification. And you may have to cut some people from your life, cut some things from your life, but that's okay. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. So I always advocate the journaling as well too. So, but yeah, about me, I didn't know, until I was in undergrad from nursing school, that I had I want to say a learning disability, but my anxiety, I had ADHD as well too. So I can't focus, even now, I still have it. I still live with it. I can't sit still to save my life. So me not being able to sit still, being impulsive and having to write things down, read it, listen to it, I was having a hard time understanding certain things
Mhm.
and retaining certain things when they came to school, definitely in high school and in middle school and undergrad, nursing school, all that stuff as well too. But I didn't, as a kid, I didn't know what was going on with me. I just, if I got bad grades, it's like, get a whooping, meal and punishment, go write sentences and get it done. Like, what are you
Right.
doing? It doesn't exist. Like, what is ADHD? What is anxiety? What is that?
Right.
So like, that's important to, as a kid, as a parent, to, if your kid is struggling with something in school, try to get them evaluated to see what's going on with them, because it can be a drastic change for them in life.
Oh my goodness.
Get them
Listen,
on the
that's
right
so
page.
true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And that's a good segue, because I definitely want to address what's going on, the uptick that we're seeing in our youth and young adults, and especially in athletes.
Right.
Like, there's so much going on. There's so much pressure with the pandemic, the social isolation. When we think about our athletes, the pressures of schools, grades, projects, camps, getting offers. I
Yeah.
got this many offers. I haven't gotten this. They got this many offers. I only got, they offer, but they, so there's a lot of pressure that our youth, young adults, and student athletes, and even our pro athletes are under.
Yeah.
And, but it's so essential at a young level,
Right.
if we're noticing like something's going on, like, is that something that we need to look deeper in? Is it possible? Is it a possibility where we need to go and have them talk to someone about this pattern that we're starting to see? So, because, like, let's be honest, y'all, like, did we tell our parents everything? We told them some things, and if they dismissed us, we didn't tell them anything else.
Right. Yeah.
So we got to do better as parents, so we can, help our kids, so we don't become adults. So you won't become an adult like me, dealing with anxiety, thinking I'm just a go-getter. I'm trying to get some things done. I don't have time to address and handle the stuff I should have been doing. We don't want that for our kids. I don't want that for my kids. So I want to ask you this, because I know one of the things that big picture for you, or one of your goals, is to focus and do some things with Black males, especially with our young athletes.
Right.
So talk to me a little bit about that. And then after that, I want you to tell me what you got going on, because I know you have some great things going on.
Gotcha. So actually, I'll just get right into it with everything. It'll kind of just answer your question at the same time.
Okay.
So I am creating a foundation, and it's going to be crazy. It's dismissivefoundation.org. I have a website, and I'm still working on some things, legal ramifications to get certifications with the state of Florida, so on and so forth. But my biggest, my goal is honestly community outreach and serving the underserved. So when I say serving the underserved, it's like at-risk youth. Let's say, for example, where I was raised, different areas, let's say Jackson Heights in Tampa. I went to Middleton High School, so it was certain things that I really wasn't aware of as far as career opportunities, the military, just progression in life. So at some point, I would like to do some public speaking events to let the youth know that this is who I am, this is who I was, this is where I came from, and these are possibilities that you have. Now, incorporated with that, with the foundation, I would like to apply for grants, and with the grants, I'll be able to get in different opportunities. Let's say boxing classes, fitness classes, financial literacy classes, mental health therapy sessions for certain individuals as well too. But it all comes with my foundation getting started, or getting sponsors, getting grants, so on and so forth. But I really do think it's, like, for myself as a young adult, I didn't understand I had that guidance, but I didn't know anything. It was, my biggest thing was just graduating from school, getting what you need to have, getting your diploma, and then getting a job, and then that's it.
Right.
So I think if 17, 16, in middle school, if I didn't have some direction of what I think, what different options in life or different guidance, or this possibility or certain career fields that I had no idea about, I think I would have been in a different position in my life. Not to say I'm in a bad position right now, but if I thought this sooner, I would have been in a different situation in life right now. But the biggest thing, to answer your question, is community outreach. This is who I am. This is what I did. This is where I came from. And it's okay to fail, because failure is going to define you. I failed so many different things.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We ain't finna go past that. Failure. What? Say that again.
Failure is going to define you. Failure is not the end of anything. It's like, honestly, I'm so used to failing at certain things that if I don't fail something, I don't think I'm trying hard enough. So it's like, if I go into something and I ace it, or if I accomplish it with ease, I'm like, you know what, that was a little too easy for me. So I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to make it harder.
I love that. I love that. Do you not know there are so many, when you think about little league sports, some of these kids thinking all they're supposed to do is win, win, win. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. That's a lie. That's not life.
You'll never see. That's not another. I want to actually get with you about that, with putting together a book about failures and what I failed in. Yes, I failed at this certain thing in my life, but this is the end result, because I failed, but I got back up, went to the drawing board, took some notes, and this is what I did to pass. So I kind of want to write a book on failures, and
I love that,
to say, okay, this is who I was, and this is who I am today, and this is what I failed, and this is how I succeeded.
I love that. There are so many times where I felt like I failed in some areas, and I don't want to get this. I'll turn this into a whole nother podcast topic, but that's just the enemy trying to kill, steal, and destroy. And I'm gonna just keep it right there. That's all it is. So I love that, because some people, especially when we're talking about our youth, they think just because they failed at something that, oh, I wasn't meant to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's so like you got to try again. Like, you may not get it the first time, the second time, or the third time. But like you were saying, with the youth and kids, if they need that support too, as well, too, as a parent, as a colleague, that they have a support system that if they do fail, that they have another opportunity to go back to the drawing board to get help to, okay, you did this. Let's try this. So it's like with everything in life, we have to critique it. We have to go back to the drawing board, critique some things, and then, get back at it.
Right. I can't wait. I know we're going to be doing more, because because our visions align. And y'all, I'm not saying this because he's a family member. I'm really not. I got a lot of family members. I have a lot of family members, and I don't connect with them all the same way. So when I say that, like, all of the ideas and all of the things that a lot of the visions that he has, they're so in line with myself, as well as some other people I'm connected with, and their vision. So when I tell y'all, it's game changing season. And when it comes to our mental health, we're going to change the game. We're going to dispel a lot of these myths, and we're going to do it with the people who are experts, the people who are gifted, the people who are assigned to help us move past this all of this stuff and move some of these overwhelming mountains. And Mr. Jorden is one of those people. Let's just be clear. I'm calling it out. He is one of them.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm ready. I'm on board for everything. You have to put your mental health first. If you can't, you're driving a car, like, you have to make sure you take care of yourself and make your mental health priority, because if not, you can't go to work. You can't take care of your family. It's like the foundation of taking care of life and things you need to do is your mental health. So make sure you take care of your personal mental health before you get into the world and trying to take on so many different things, because it's going to self-destruct.
Right. And then here's my thing. I say this all the time. When you say, you know what, that's y'all, I'm so glad, Tanya, Craig, I'm glad I popped in and I hit this video. And y'all are just giving me some nuggets. So if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to this YouTube page, Telling Truth with Tanya. Also, I need you to know, when you fall off that horse, though, and you forget what you said you were going to do, it's okay. It's okay. We all do. Just get back on.
Yep, definitely, most definitely. That's how I learned everything in life.
Yes.
Doing it again.
So I want to hear. So I see a couple of products there in front of you. I definitely want to give you an opportunity to talk about some of the products, some of the partnerships, and whatever you have going on right now or in the near future.
Gotcha. So I'll just start off with this one. This is actually something that's called Goalie Nutrition. This is something I started taking 2 to 3 months ago, and I did notice a change. I'm not trying to, be like run a commercial, or this really helps. It changed my life. I was this way and I was that, and now I'm this way. It's improving everything, but it really does work. Like I do have anxiety. Sometimes I won't say I have depression, but I have depression. Moments when I'm down, I'm feeling 100%.
Right.
And I have insomnia as well too, with some things that I've been with from the military, just being up and working so much.
Right.
But this with rest and relaxation, stress and anxiety, and my insomnia. And then for men, it also helps with sex drive and stuff like that as well too. So
it's a combination of things.
And
wait a minute. Is that because okay? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm cutting you. I'm being rude. Time. Stop.
I was saying it's called Ashwagandha, and it's in a blue bottle. You can order it online. You can order it from a nutrition shop, wherever. But if you would like to use this, let me know how it works. Also, if you order it from the actual goalie.com, if you use my, I'll give you in the information, my information. It's called Crazy is Dismissive is the promo code to get a discount on it. So if you type is Dismissive and you order this on the actual website, it'll give you, I think, your 15 or 20% discount code if you decide to order it that way. But it really does.
It works. Listen, I'm writing this down. Crazy is Dismissive is your code. So y'all listen. If I'm going to try it, because here's why. I've done like a lot of research on the things that help with sleep, help you with reducing your anxiety. And there are a lot of herbs, and that ashwagandha. Okay, I'm gonna say it wrong. Is it ashwagandha?
Yeah, ashwagandha. Yes, I try to be the herbalist or whatever or natural before I go into anything. I won't say harder, but this is something that actually helps me a lot. Now I have to take melatonin here and there too, but sometimes if I just help with it, helps me with my racing thoughts and things like that.
That's good, because I'm definitely, and I'll make sure that we put that code. So pretty much it's your slogan. Crazy is Dismissive will give you a 15% discount.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. See, y'all see, I told you he's part of the solution. Like I already see it.
I'm trying to be, and I'm working on some more mental health apparel. So if you feel like I'm officially, my trademark should be hopefully next month. It's in the final processing stages of being official with the United States and legally all that stuff. So Crazy is Dismissive is my actual trademark. It's my slogan. And I have things like my hats and I have shirts that if you support mental health awareness and you support my mission, this is something that you can purchase to wear around, to promote about it. And as you see on my site as well too, I'll be doing some community outreach. So a portion of all proceeds from my hats and my shirts and whatever else I sell that's related to Crazy is Dismissive will be going to community outreach events. And I'll post about what I'm doing, what you're funding and supporting, and so on and so forth. And if you have some ideas like, hey, we know a population that could use some help, send me some information and I can make sure I check it out, assess the situation, and then go about it productively.
That's awesome. How can they reach you?
So I'll give you my information, my website, my Instagram, and my contact information. But I have a website and I also have Instagram. The biggest way is Instagram or my website.
So your website, is it crazyisdismissive.com or .org?
No, try to do .com. It's actually crazyisdismissivefoundation.org.
Okay. So Crazy is Dismissive Foundation.org is the website where you can go and they can purchase products or your apparel, your merch on the website. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I'll actually upload this on there as well too. Connect the link to this supplement. On top of that, I have my the shirts and my hats, and I also have my private practice price range as far as what insurance I'm accepting for to see patients for initial intake or follow-up appointments. That'll be on that website as well too. And you can have my calendar on there. You can book an appointment if you need to, or ask me some questions, and I can do a consultation for you.
Black Star Power. I'm excited for all the great things that you're doing. And I know that God has a work in store for you to help in so many areas. So y'all make sure. Now I need a shirt. Okay. So I'm going to the website. Okay. So I need me a shirt. So I'm repping you and supporting you, because support, like we talked about, we have to have advocates. And like yourself as a youth, I didn't have the type of advocate that I need. I had some support, but I needed another type of advocate. So I love what you're doing. I see the growth on the horizon, and I'm going to speak it into existence as well as the bountiful blessings that's going to continue to flow. In Jesus' name, let's seal it in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you coming on, and I can't wait to hear more as things continue as those doors continue to open. Gotcha. So keep doing what you're doing. And I look forward to some of the things that we're going to do in the near future as it relates to mental health, as a mental health advocate myself, and for our youth and our student athletes. So these athletes, they need to see a Black male.
Right. And that's another thing that, that's another thing. So they see them, the athletes, they see them as like NFL players, rappers, so on and so forth. But in my setting, to be honest, there's not many of me that looks like me that can do what I do. So I'm there. I would like to reach as many as possible to say, this is what I did to get to where I'm at now. If you don't want to pursue the athletic route, and this is another option for you, you have options. So that way it's all the options in life.
You have options. Okay. You have like, they need to know that they have options, and we don't always know. Like you mentioned earlier, we don't always know all of our options. So like I said, I'm glad. I already know this conversation will continue on and on and on, because it's some things that are twirling in my head, but I know we've been having conversations, and it's just a matter of some of the things that you're mentioning. I don't know, God done already revealed some things to me, and then you talk about it's crazy. So I can't wait. I'm excited for you. Y'all remember the name. What was the name of? Show us the name, that bottle again.
Oh,
and tell us the name.
It's
Goalie.
Yeah. It's a Goalie Nutrition, and it's the Ashwagandha. It's the blue bottle for rest, relaxation, and restore, unwind, anxiety, depression. I was saying depression, anxiety, insomnia, just a well-balanced lifestyle. And I incorporated it in my lifestyle for the past, 2-3 months. And I've noticed a change in my day-to-day life, my day-to-day life, insomnia and things like that, and my anxiety and racing thoughts. So, and I take it at night, every single night.
I love it. So when you take that and then grab your journal, go to Amazon and get that Mindset Moves Mountains journal for you or your student athlete, guess what? Y'all gonna see a world of a difference in your life when you start shifting things out of your head and start getting yourself at a place where you are more calm. Or if you need something deeper, reach out to Mr. Jorden so he can put a plan in place for you. Yes, he got you. He got you.
Thank you for bringing me on, and thank you for saying to me. So like you said, there's going to be a lot more to come. I'll definitely get you incorporated with some of the outreach things I want to do, and I want you to get me involved with some of the male youth that you're working with as well too, so we can come together and bring this all together and work on some things, work on the community.
Yes, it's our underserved community need these servant heart leaders. And so we're going to make that happen. But I appreciate you. And y'all listen, here's the thing. Because sometimes y'all forget, and y'all might be this may be your first time. So y'all might be viewing a Telling the Truth with Tanya podcast for the first episode for the first time. So here's what I need my people to understand. It's enough lies going around. If you ain't telling the truth, then I'm sorry, but you lying. So I need y'all to just tell the truth and come to the truth table. You can email me at tanya@txbfinancial.com. And let me know you want to come to the truth table and speak your truth or share a truth for someone that you know it will benefit, that you know will benefit from it because it was something you needed at a younger age. But that's it. So tap in next week for another Telling the Truth with Tanya, and make sure you reach out. We're going to drop the information for Craig in the comments. But definitely reach out to him. crazyisdismissivefoundation.org and support him. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me. Until next time.
All right. Till next time. Take care.
You too.